Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 17 of Prison Architect. We've finally managed to sort out a few of the little issues that we were having. Well, I say we, the issues that I was having. And now we are just sort of building up our prison to a higher capacity, hopefully. We've still got a lot of the infrastructure to get in to get this cell block up and running. That won't be too much of a problem. We also want to get this dorm up and running as soon as possible. Again, that should be relatively simple to do. These guys are obviously trying to get all of the pipes in here. You want to go out there for some reason. I like how sometimes they can just clip through the wall. That is always quite nice. I guess those workmen are still out here doing forestry. Once a lot of these trees are done, we should be fine. We've got a couple more prisoners coming in. At least we are making fairly decent money from all of these trees that they are taking down. So I can't complain at that too much. As I said in the previous video, though, I do wish they would actually prioritise the building of structures before messing around with the trees. Let's go to utilities. Make sure that we have our two boilers in location here so that we can get our heating up and running. We also need to make sure that we have our water pipe. Our water pipe runs directly through the middle here. And we will connect down on to... Let's for this one, let's actually go outside with the pipe. And the reason I want to do that one is, let's get rid of that. If we go outside, like so, then we can have a completely separate valve there for this block only. We also need to have small pipes connecting up the toilets. So toilets, toilets. Those will be toilets, those will be toilets, those will be toilets. Water for all of the shower heads. Those are toilets. And then toilets go on the wall furthest from the door. Also need to make sure we've got some windows in as well. Those will be toilets. Radiators are on the next ones. I think radiators might just need hot pipes. We do need a hot pipe running all the way from the boiler though, so let's get that up and running. So this should get all of the radiators done. Again, we also need to make sure that we do it for the shower heads. Now you can actually see it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. The cloning tool has cloned some of the lights. So it might be hard to see on YouTube, but if you look in some of these rooms, like in this room for example, there's a light on this square and there's a light on this square. So some of them are the lights that were put in when the rooms were built. Some of them were the lights that were put in when the room was cloned. Now we could just go ahead and disassemble the spare lights and then the cost will be recovered and they'll be reused for something else later on, but in all fairness, it is a little bit of a waste of time, so I'm not going to bother doing that. So that should be enough for them to be getting on with up there. We also need to make sure we've got some windows in as well, because they don't currently have any. So the windows all go at the side of the beds. Did we have windows in solitary on these ones? We do not. So let's just go ahead and just drop the windows in. And what we might have to do at some point is actually increase the quality of some of the cells. Just for the prisoners that deserve them. We've still got 26 grand in the bank, which is not a bad thing at all. We need 10 prisoners past the foundation education course and 1 prisoner past the general education course. Are we working on the general education course? We are not. There's currently 0 interested and qualified, because you actually have to get people through the through this first. We also would like, possibly, to get the alcoholics group therapy. No equipment. Each prisoner requires a chair. Led by a psychologist in a common room. We don't have a common... Well, we do have a common room, but it doesn't have chairs in it at the moment. Well, we can fix that problem, can't we? Let's get ourselves some chairs. As soon as they're built, that should solve that problem. See, we've got a couple of MinSec prisoners in normal cells. And I want all my MinSec prisoners to be in dorms wherever possible. So we'll wait until these cells are built. Might take a while, but once they are all built, let's go up to full speed again. Got some prisoners hanging around in here, not too sure. Or maybe they're just doing the laundry. Because this is the problem with the clone tool. Because it assigns these as cells right at the start, you'll get the prison labour supplying laundry, even though technically the thing doesn't exist yet. So it's a little bit of a pain. It looks like we're still selling trees. Which, you know, is a good thing, but it does really keep the guys busy. It's raining now. Let's get rid of some more wood. Back up to 26 grand. Very nice. Again, there's already some trees down here that want chopping, so... oh, another thing that somebody said, and they made a very valid point, is that my area for deliveries gets full very, very quickly. So let's go and zone that out. Is it under rooms? Deliveries it is. So let's go ahead and make this area a little bit larger. So we can get some more deliveries. We've got something going on over here. Some sort of fight going on in the yard. I think that just said we had a death. Obviously we've got quite a lot of prisoners now, so the yard gets quite crowded. So we might have to build a bigger yard somewhere. Yeah, we do have somebody in the morgue. Was a prisoner, ex-law enforcement and a snitch. So, once again, having somebody in there who was a vulnerable prisoner, because we don't have any protective custody at the moment, so that can cause a little bit of a problem. Somebody's just been caught with a mobile phone there. Might be time for another shakedown at some point, but you don't want to do someone's been found with a screwdriver. You don't want to do shakedowns too often, because one, it's very, very disruptive, and it keeps all of your guards busy for a long time. And secondly, it really does annoy the prisoners that, you know, don't have stuff that they're not supposed to have. A lot of people injured. Nearly all of the hospital beds were full there. Unless that was actually one of the courses that people were doing. The drug reform one. Trying to get all these people clean. Our canteen and kitchen are going to struggle to stay at capacity once we get a little bit larger, so we do have to take that into consideration. Definitely want to wait for all this to be finished before we do anything else. Rooms. We want... This is going to be a shower. And we also want solitary. These are going to be solitary. Guess it doesn't need to be solitary under the door. And then we'll have a few more cells. And then what I'll do is I'll make these rooms MinSec only. And all of those medium security prisoners, or low security prisoners, should go up here. That's the plan, if it works out anyway. We also need to make sure we get those... oh, something's going on down here. See, look at that. 3 different cells. See, these are the MinSec, the medium security prisoners. These guys are being a complete pain. So we definitely need to get this block reassigned. And then we can probably get rid of this middle wall, actually. We won't need this middle wall. Because this will all be one block. I think that's probably going to be the plan. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So as soon as we've got these other cells up here at a decent level of completion... Because again, it is taking the workmen quite some time to get stuff done. But as soon as this is completed, then we'll start working on the dorms and get those sorted out. So we do want to get those cameras connected up. So you don't have any connections yet at all. What about this one? You have a few already. Connect you to that. And connect you to... This one doesn't exist yet, so I can't connect you to it. Fair enough. People are sleeping, which is generally a good sign. You guys want to get through there. Yeah, I should just leave the guards to do it. So we've still got a few more prisoners coming in. I think it's because some get paroled, but we also lost a few as well. Raise our capacity to 100. We're getting there. How many prisoners have we actually had past this course? Is there any way for us to actually check? Foundation Education Program. Well, there's a few people doing it, so we'll get there. Still no equipment for the alcoholics group therapy. Someone's just been found with a bottle of poison. We do have chairs in the common room, so why is this telling me that there's no equipment? Led by a physician in a common room for 2 hours. Each prisoner requires a chair. But that is literally all that it is saying. Let's reschedule. There we go. Obviously, it just couldn't be done because the psychologist was probably double booked. So we can now hire a lawyer. You should be able to. We can hire snipers as well. There's our lawyer. So let's go and drop you in there. You should go and claim your office, and you have done. So the lawyer will allow us to do some stuff. He's very expensive, but he allows us to bend some rules for greater control over our prison. So if we go and have a look at, we want the research really, don't we? So small cells. Cells in your prison require a certain amount of space to fit legal requirements. But imagine how many more cells you could fit in if that wasn't the case. Remove the minimum size requirements for standard cells. So he can be very, very useful. Taser rollout to all guards could be very, very useful. But what you've got to remember is it's $5,000 just to do the research. And then it's an extra $400 for every guard that needs a taser. Extends the taser program so that your regular guards may also carry tasers for defense. They must visit the armory to get this equipment, and it will cost you for every taser purchased in this way. How much money do we currently have? Not all that much, so as we really need to get the tasers, though. I think having them will be very important. So we probably will want to do that. But once we've increased the capacity of our prison, we'll be able to take a lot more prisoners in, and then that will give us a lot more money. We'll be able to roll that out to all the guards. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on out here in the yard. It's very, very crowded. We need to work out a way of making a bigger yard so that we can deal with this. We might also, quite possibly, want to consider getting another armed guard. How many do we have at the moment? We have 4. Let's get objects. Let's get ourselves another guard locker. Guard locker here. And we will staff, hire another armed guard. Oh, we can only have a maximum of 4. I think we can only have a maximum of 4 because we've only got the 4 guard lockers. We'll wait till we get the other guard locker in. There we go. And then we'll see if we can do it. Yeah, now we can get 5. So we'll get a 5th armed guard. Might as well put him at the guard locker because he'll want to go there and get his equipment. And what we want to do on deployment is we want an armed guard, preferably in the yard at all times. So there we go. Got an armed guard here now. Maybe we just get a sniper there. I've never used snipers before. They weren't in the game when I played it before. So a highly trained marksman who will automatically occupy an empty guard tower if one is available will fire a number of warning shots at prisoners causing trouble within the prison walls before taking the target down. Escaping prisoners are given no such warnings. So maybe we need to just build a guard tower. So let's consider doing that. Where would one find a guard tower? There it is. Maybe having one here is not a bad idea. And we definitely want one to try and deal with any potential escapees. Any real way in and out is here, so that's probably another good spot for a guard tower. Burning through our cash quite quickly, so we've got to be careful. How are we doing up here with this lot of cells? We are almost done. Just a tiny little bit that didn't get connected up for some reason. We need to have a look at the utilities for that. So we've got a problem with the power. That wasn't quite connected up. All the rest of that should be done. Looks like it is. And that CCTV camera isn't connected up, which we also knew about anyway. So we need to connect that one up. There we go. So once we get the power online here, which should be any moment now. These ones keep dropping off. Is it because somebody's not watching them, or is it because we've got too many... It could be because we've got too many things all connected up at once. That's a possibility. So let's go and clear the connections on this one. And we'll clear the connections on this one. And we'll connect it up to this one, because I don't think this one's actually connected to anything at the moment. So we'll go and do that. There we go. So both of those should be connected up now. So what I want to do is under... Is it logistics? No, it's deployment. We want this to be MinSec only. Yeah, that's going to be MinSec only. This one is our MaxSec only. All the other ones are going to be mixed. And I think what we can do now is we can get rid of those walls, and we can also dismantle that CCTV. And then that'll be just one large area. So that should make things a little bit easier. Yep, capacity is definitely getting there. I mean, we're up to 84. Once we've got that other dorm finished... Once we've got this dorm finished, we'll be able to get a lot more in. We've got those guard towers already. So we can go ahead and get ourselves a couple of snipers. Now, how do you know if you've got a sniper in one of your towers? Can you see that? Oh, there he is. He's just gone to the armory to fetch a gun. So these guys should hopefully keep some of the peace. But you never know. We've still got a decent amount of money coming in. 6 prisoners say they're well treated. 4 prisoners have serious complaints. 50 plus prisoners are suppressed. 5 armed guards are in service. And that is the thing with... Funnily enough, snipers don't count as armed guards. You get a negative penalty for having armed guards, but you don't have any negative penalty for having snipers. I suppose because the snipers are far more specific and they fire warning shots and only really... They're supposed to be for dealing with people who are trying to escape. But that is quite an interesting thing. Okay, well, fair enough. So these cells are all being occupied now. So these ones should all just be MinSec only, so that makes life a fair bit easier for us. So what we need to do now, basically, is just replicate this room down here. There used to be a maximum size for the cloning tool. I'm going to assume that that is still the case. And it looks like it is. So we could take that up to the first wall. And then we can take that one up to the next wall. And then we can take that one up to the first wall of solitary. We don't actually have enough money now to finish that block, so we'll have to wait. I suppose it's because we've just put a lot of bunk beds in there, and also things like the bookshelves and everything. These doors need to be locked open. So let's just make sure they are. And well, at least we'll have 4 dormitories anyway, so that might actually take us up to our capacity. So that'll be a good thing if such a thing happens. Temperature's not too bad at the moment. 1 degree C. Still don't have a lot of vision up here. It might be worth getting... I suppose having the guards in the higher sec area is more important than the mixed one. Although you never know which of your prisoners are going to kick off at any given point. Have we had 10 prisoners past that? Well, we obviously haven't, but how many have we had? It's the Foundation Education Program. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 12 people on it, though. So that's not too bad. It's a long program. You know, it's not a quick thing to do. We're also going to need to get workshop safety induction if we want to be able to start doing the prison manufacturing. And that's something else we're going to have to build as well. Obviously, we had a grant to do that, and we've now burnt through all the money. So we're not going to be able to do that straight away, which is a little bit of a shame. Of course, once again, we have our workmen all down here. I guess it's fine. I mean, we're out of money. So now we're out of money. I'm actually quite happy that they are chopping down trees because we can use that money to finish the dorms. And it's not like the workmen can build anything if we don't have any money for them to build anything. So I guess that makes a lot of sense, really. Did they take any more trees down up here? No, looks like they're done. How are they getting on with the dorms? See, they've got a couple in already. We still need to get all of the utilities wired up, of course. And that's going to cost us a fair bit of money at all, as well, even. So, we've already got the water pipes in there. Did I get the electrical cables in? The electrical cables are indeed in. So all we really need to do is just make sure that everything is plumbed in, really. So that shouldn't be too difficult, but that is something that we will do on another video, so I'm going to pause things there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Prison Architect. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.